This video is going to go over the homework assignment that was from page 270. It's numbers 13 to 21 odd and 53 to 69 odd. So the first set, the 13 to 21 odd, the directions are to find a point on the unit circle that corresponds to the real number t. What they're asking is if you have a unit circle and you go some angle pi over 4. If that's your t, that's your angle. T is the angle. They want to know what the ordered pair is. And what we need to do is think about that unit circle, and we have 3 families of angles that we really need to memorize the ordered pair for. And if we have the ordered pair memorized for that family of pi over 4s, we'll get root 2 over 2, comma, root 2 over 2. Okay, number 15, a little bit tougher because now this is saying on the unit circle, if you would go to 7 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6 is in quadrant 3. I want to know that, and I can use my road map to help. What I know about quadrant 3 angles, or the ordered pair in quadrant 3, they're both negative. But I know 7 pi over 6 belongs to that family of pi over 6s. So what I do, I remember, on the unit circle, 3 different ordered pairs, and I memorize these. So I have my pi over 6, I have my pi over 4. I actually don't memorize the pi over 3. I just know that it's reversing the pi over 6. So this belongs to the family of pi over 6s, so I know the ordered pair is going to be root 3 over 2, comma, a half. I just have to determine, since it's in the third quadrant, the x and y coordinates are both negative. Okay, so with that idea, number 17, this is the family of pi over 3. So I'm going to reverse this ordered pair. So I know it's 1/2, comma, root 3 over 2, but I have to figure out where 2 pi over 3 lives. And it's going to be in quadrant 2. So if it's in quadrant 2, x's are negative, or the first part of the ordered pair, and the y's are positive. So the cosine, which is the first number, is negative, the sign is positive. Now number 19 asks for 3 pi over 2. We just know that on our unit circle that angle lives down here. And just think about if you plopped a circle of radius 1, we just automatically know what that ordered pair would be without really knowing any trig. And then the last one, number 21, is negative 7 pi over 4. I know it belongs to the family of pi over 4, so I'm going to steal this ordered pair, root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. But I need to figure out what quadrant it's in. So if I did a negative road map, all the way around is negative 8 pi over 4, so I'm going to go shy pi over 4. So it's in quadrant 1, so both of those values are positive. Okay, the next set of problems, 53 to 69 odd, asked you to evaluate the trig expression round to 4 decimal places, and it says specifically use a calculator. So we really only use a calculator on these problems if it specifies. So the first one, I'm going to be in radian mode. I'm going to push the sign button, the pi divided by 7, round to 4 places. I'm still in radian mode, which is good. Cosine, 11 pi over 5, and then I'll round it to 4 places. Now cosecant we do not have a button for. This is where we have to know our reciprocals. The cosecant is the reciprocal of the sine. Now this is still in radian mode. On the calculator you're going to hit 1 divided by, hit the sine button, 1.3. It'll know it's in radians and it'll give you the answer, just round to 4 places. Same thing, radian mode, you're going to hit cosine negative 1.7 and get your answer to 4 places. We do not have a button for a cosecant, but we know it's the reciprocal of the sine. We're still in radian mode. We're doing very similar to this one, 1 divided by sine of 0.8. Number 63, we do not have a button for secant. We know it's the reciprocal of the cosine. There is no degree symbol, so we are still in radian mode. Okay, and we'll round that to 4 places. Cotangent, we do not have a button for, but it's the reciprocal of the tangent. We're in radian mode. 1 divided by tangent of 2.5 radians. We'll get our answer. Okay, and then the last two are both reciprocals. The cosecant's the reciprocal of the sine. So we're going to do 1 divided by sine, negative 1.5. Round our answer to 4 places. Be careful because sometimes we make errors with that rounding. And then secant is the reciprocal of the cosine. So 1 divided by cosine of negative 4.3 will give us that answer.